Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. If you're looking for an out-of-this-world based congressman or based senator, then all you gotta do is look for a Texan. You know, there's American, there's Republican American, and then there's Republican Texan. It's another breed entirely. Now obviously I'm just kidding around, there's incredibly based people everywhere, but in the great state of Texas, there's just more of them. And the beautiful thing that we see from Texas brothers and sisters is that they don't play no games. When Joe Biden pulled funding for the southern border wall, the state of Texas said, well, screw you, we're gonna build our own damn wall. When Joe Biden left the border open, Texas said, we're gonna pack them on buses and send them straight to you, Joe Biden, straight to the White House. At every step of the way, Texas fights back. And you gotta admit that's incredibly commendable. And that's what I mean when I say that they're cut from another cloth, folks. They're another breed entirely. And if you haven't been acquainted, then I'd love to introduce you to Republican Representative from the great state of Texas, Mr. Troy Nehls. This guy had me going during a House hearing where he was grilling Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg on, of course, one of our favorite topics, Joe Biden's dementia. Let me show you guys this hilarious moment from this hearing. Man, do I got something to show you guys today, so let's roll the tape. Alright friends, so a beautiful thing when it comes to these dishonest Democrats is that their tweets don't exactly age well. So many of their partisan attacking points against Donald Trump are much more applicable today than they are against Biden. And here's where a partisan tweet that Pete Buttigieg put out a couple years ago is used very strategically to make him look like a massive hypocrite. Take a look at this little exchange.
Could you please, and just in one word, let's have some fun with this. Could you please describe America to me in one single word? What would that be if you could describe America in one single word?
Well, for me, I guess home.
Home. Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, just a few weeks ago, this is how President Biden described America in one word. Could you please tell me what that word means? It's this one right here. Mm-hmm. Could you even say the word?
Congressman, I'm not in the habit of trying to read transcriptions.
I bring this up to you, sir. I bring this up to you
on television
because you yourself questioned Donald Trump's mental state of mind in September of 2019 when you stated to CNN, I quote, "If our presidency is not in good shape, then our country is not in good shape." And Mr. Secretary, I could not agree with you more. We now have President Biden in office for 18 months, and just recently, we now see the mainstream media questioning President Biden's mental state, and for good reason. Sadly, he shakes hands with ghosts and imaginary people. He falls off bicycles. Even at the White House Easter celebration, the Easter Bunny had to guide him back into his safe place. Cue cards that say, "sit here," or "end of speech," which he actually states, that is, if he stays awake. So my question for you is, sir, have you spoken with any other cabinet members about implementing the 25th Amendment on President Biden?
First of all, I'm glad to have a president who can ride a bicycle. And
That's the
I
question.
will look beyond the insulting nature of that question and make clear to you that the President of the United States...
Have you spoken to any other cabinet members about implementing the 25th Amendment on President Biden?
Of course not.
Please allow the witness to answer.
Have you emailed, this is my time, have you emailed any members with the executive branch about the president's health or cognitive decline, including text messages from your private phone?
Boss as I have ever had the pleasure of working with.
What about political appointees at USDOT? Have you spoken about
Gentleman's time has expired.
I couldn't hear the question, I'm sorry.
The man showed up with staffers holding up posters. Can you please, Pete Buttigieg, on the record, read this quote right over here from your own president? Pete Buttigieg immediately with the political answer, "I'm not here to read transcripts, sir." Come on, Petey boy, say it. Say the thing.
America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was going to foot him.
Come on, Mayor Pete. Quote your boss, please.
I was going to foot him.
And while you're at it, little Petey, here are a couple more. Please repeat after Joe Biden.
I was going to foot him.
True international effort to pressure. Barack and I think it's a right for people to have bad health care. But must be what?
And this takes me to another United States representative from the great state of Texas, former Obama White House physician and Donald Trump White House physician, Ronnie Jackson, who has been calling on Joe Biden to take the same cognitive test that Donald Trump did to finally prove to the American people that he is in fact competent, or what's most likely to happen to prove that he is totally incompetent, brain no worky. And clearly Pete Buttigieg is admitting the obvious by omission. Pete Buttigieg then later on went to say I'm glad to have a president who can ride a bicycle.
First of all, I'm glad to have a president who can ride a bicycle.
Well, apparently that's little Petey Boy's standard. He then went on to claim that Joe Biden is as rigorous as a colleague or boss that he's ever had. Yeah, okay, little Petey. It's just crazy how dishonest these people are and how obvious it really is. According to Pete Buttigieg, Joe Biden is in the greatest of mental and physical health and capabilities. The guy is as sharp as it gets, but Donald Trump, according to Pete Buttigieg, when he was president, he was clearly in cognitive decline, and the 25th Amendment needed to be used against him. It's funny how fast that notion just immediately disappeared as Joe Biden became president. Basically tells you all you need to know, but once again, this is another video or another situation that highlights the power of memes. Representative Troy Nehls jumping on the growing trend that we're seeing with right-wing politicians of bringing memes to back up their arguments or their statements during hearings on the House floor or the Senate floor. Well, we have a brand new Biden dementia meme making its rounds across social media. Hashtag Biden Bike Challenge, where individuals are filming TikTok videos and other shorts of themselves falling off their bikes, and a lot of them showing up at the same location where Joe Biden fell and recreating or reenacting history. Once again, folks, you see the power of memes within the world of politics. And again, it's taken to another level. As Dan Bongino reports, Brandon Falls landmark added to Google Maps at spot where Biden fell off of his bike. As you guys can see on Google Maps exactly where Joe Biden fell off of his bicycle, internet trolls marked it as a historical landmark titled Brandon Falls. Hannity actually did a little segment on it.
It's actually called Brandon Falls. That's a site where Joe Biden fell off a bike and was briefly pinpointed online before Google had to delete it. You can't make, people are too funny online. Anyway, meanwhile, more and more Americans are now raising serious questions about the president's mental fitness. We've only been doing it from day one.
And of course, the Google fun police had to step in the way. But if you really think about it, it's kind of a historical landmark. But in the end, all of this is just another example of leftist hypocrisy. I mean, the one video clip that started this massive multi-week conversation about using the 25th Amendment on Donald Trump, that he was physically and mentally unwell, was him slowly and carefully walking down a ramp. Play the clip. With leather-bottom shoes on a slippery ramp, he just didn't want to hurt himself. And meanwhile, well, I mean, you guys know, play the clip of Joe Biden falling off of his bike, and then of course everything else. Play the video from earlier where he says all the dumb shit that makes no sense, and still of course, no conversation about the 25th Amendment, and that shows you exactly how dishonest and ridiculous these people really are. But that, folks, is what I got for you guys on this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to leave a like. I'm gonna get back to work. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.